about it. Do you realize, I'll just give an example, okay? If you needed more reasons to think that Columbus was a dick, okay, let me add one to it, okay?
There's a difference between when we were kids and today.
Yeah, I know. But actually, I do have something mildly redeeming to offer about Columbus, if you have the time.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to...
Okay.
Okay.
We'll start off with that.
You want me to start out with that?
How you want to do it?
No, I'll do the dick part.
Let's do the dick part first.
Okay, so on his third voyage, by the time of his third voyage, he had already planted enough Spanish flags that Spain had already begun to set up governments and infrastructures in these places that he had found. Yeah, basically conquered. And so in one of the places, it's in the book accurately, but I think it's Hispaniola, one of the island today. He has to get back, this is his third voyage, 1503 or 1504. He's got to get back to Spain. He doesn't have enough resources, not enough food for his crew. So he asks the natives, would you please give us some of your stock that you have collected from your farming? Now, this particular group of natives only makes exactly the amount of food they need to tie to the next crop. They don't have surplus. So they said, no, we don't have surplus, sorry. Columbus knew that 1 week hence, coincidentally, there was going to be a total lunar eclipse where the moon in its orbit around Earth enters Earth's shadow. The full moon enters Earth's shadow and disappears. And the geometry of that event, it's just a simple lunar eclipse, but the geometry is such that sunlight passes around Earth through Earth's atmosphere and takes on sunset colors that leach into Earth's shadow, giving the moon, if you can see it at all, a deep red amber hue, almost the color of blood. Columbus said, and he knew about this because he had read the tables, the eclipse tables, all right? We'd known enough about the solar system at the time we got that, okay? Actually, back then it was just the known world with Earth in the middle of the known universe. But that didn't matter. The rhythms of the universe were known. He says to the natives, if you do not give us food, my God, which is more powerful than your God, will make the moon disappear and it will turn blood red. That will happen in 1 week. You have 1 week to comply. Some of them were skeptical. What? You can't, what? Others said, shit, we got to do what this guy says. Look at the ships they came in, their guns, their power, their culture. Look what they've got. Sure enough, right on cue, the moon begins to disappear. According to that is a famous woodcut. You got this? Those viewing the video of this.
Yeah.
That is a famous woodcut, and notice the natives bowing to him, and he stands proudly because he knows the science. He knows the astronomy. He knew this. And so he invokes this to dominate people who are not yet scientifically literate. And within seconds of this beginning, they bring him all the resources he wants, and he gets, and we don't know what happened, back at the island, whether the people survived the winter. But he got back to the island. That is one microcosm of ways that the universe has been invoked in this. I'll give you another example. Los Alamos, one of the national labs. They today, as basically since their inception, are charged with tracking the nuclear arsenal of the United States. Our nuclear power, the nukes that would go into nuclear weapons. They think about this. Do you realize they hire astrophysicists? I had colleagues working there. You know why? Because there's a room. There are two rooms. I mean, I'm simplifying this, but basically there are two rooms adjacent to one another and a computer between the two of them. The most powerful computers in the world. And there is code running on those computers that calculates the energy yields of hydrogen fusion. That's exactly what an astrophysicist cares about when stars blow up, okay? The sun is undergoing nuclear fusion right now, and that's how it's making energy. And when high-mass stars die, they explode as supernova. This is a natural thing going on in the universe. On the other side, that's a classified room. They're calculating yields of hydrogen bombs. And they have lunch together. They compare notes. The government doesn't always have the best people, but if you hire some of the best people to do whatever it is they want, and their calculations happen to relate to a military project, there you have a two-way street in progress.